Hey guys, it's Josh here and welcome back to another speed build. During the last speed build, I did say that my next speed build was probably going to be a modern house in Sulani, so here we are with just that. This is a modern beach house, I guess. I have no idea what to call it because I was initially going to call this an over water modern house, but it kind of isn't really over the water since I decided to make the foundations a solid one instead of the stilts, so I'm not sure, you guys can call it whatever you like, but I'm just going to call it, for the purposes of this video, a modern beach house because it is on a beach. I was going to go with like a super tropical theme, but although this house is in Sulani, doesn't really embrace the Sulani culture as much as my previous build, since I'm just making this up that the people living here, they just have a lot of money and they just wanted to live in a tropical area, so they moved to Sulani, but they don't really have any idea of the culture and stuff surrounding this place, so they don't really have any of those cool decorative items that came with island living, apart from the modern ones that came, like the luxury modern ones like the shelves and some of the bath. I don't think I end up using the bath, but they're basically using all of the modern stuff that came with the pack, but none of the, I guess, decorative cultural themed objects. But anyway, this house is a 3-bedroom home. All of the bedrooms have one double bed in them, so this could fit potentially 6 Sims. That's pretty big. All of them are fairly large, so you could easily transform them into like a kid's bedroom, a teen's bedroom. Like they're pretty multi-purpose, so you could even like turn one into a study or something like that, because all of the bedrooms except one of them have amazing views, as you can see, because I think I went a little bit crazy, but I put a lot of those big windows down, especially like the 2 wide ones and also like the massive sliding doors that came with the pack as well. Like I've wanted doors like that forever. It is so amazing that we got doors that are sliding and that are like full length as well. It was a bit of a shame that we didn't get one that was just 2 tiles wide, but I'm happy with what we have and it looks amazing in this build. But as I said, I may have gone a little bit over the top with the windows because well, it kind of makes sense if you think about it, since this is a tropical location, the views are amazing, so why wouldn't you have a lot of windows? Because basically all of the bedrooms are facing well, except one of them. So 2 of the bedrooms are super luxury and they face the ocean, like how amazing is that? And then one of them faces to the right of the house if you're looking at the house from the front, which is from land. That's so confusing. But anyway, apart from the bedrooms, one of the bedrooms has an ensuite, which is upstairs. Well, all of the bedrooms are upstairs. There's an ensuite upstairs, there's a regular bathroom upstairs, and then there's a guest bathroom downstairs. So there's kind of like there is 3 bathrooms in the house. One of them doesn't have I think 2 of them actually don't have a bath, so they're kind of like 3/4 bathrooms, since there's a toilet, there's a shower, there's a sink, everything. And as I said, I'm placing too many of these windows. I do change some of them in the end just to vary it up a little bit, because I use these windows too often. Like these modern windows, I use them way too much. So I decided to change it up a little bit in some areas, and I use a few other windows here and there. But it takes me a while because obviously I haven't really done the floor plan for it yet, so I don't really know what's going where. So I'm kind of like guessing at the point. So that's why there's like small windows where I think the bathroom's gonna be and whatnot. And also another weird thing I do for this house is add like these, well, apart from, well, the one where the little overhanging section on the second floor is kind of makes sense, but I put these like black columns on the front of the house as well. The black, I don't know what to call it, like a pillar or something, but I just thought it looked pretty cool and it gave the house a little bit more of a shape to it as well, because if I didn't have that there, it would just kind of be a really like plain, flat, it would essentially be a white box with a bit poking out of it. So I did try and vary it up a little bit and make the second floor a little bit bigger than the first floor, because I think I've said this once or twice, but I actually really love how it looks when the second floor of a house looks bigger than when the second floor of the house is bigger than the first floor, because it like looks really cool. Like that's why I really like Tudor style builds as well, because you can make the second floor bigger than the first floor and like have like little supports on the ground floor, like holding the second floor up, and it looks really cool. It's really hard to explain it, but I just love how it looks. And also, there's actually 2 living rooms. So the upstairs one is kind of like the more luxurious, kind of more like a social living room where there's a lot of seats where you can sit and chat with guests, or sit and chat with friends, I guess, and like have a really amazing view it was initially going to be a bedroom at the start, which was why the door was there, but it's actually completely open, and then there's just doors leading to the various bedrooms and bathrooms. But the second floor living space is very big. Like, I probably didn't use it as best I could have because there's a little bit of an empty space, but honestly, having a tiny bit of empty space in a house isn't that bad, because obviously when someone downloads this house, they could probably like change it up a little bit and add their own little thing to it, because that's definitely what I do. Like, whenever I download a house of the gallery, I usually spend 30 minutes or something just like adjusting it and changing the house so it suits my family. So I guess this upstairs area could like even become a bar or something, who knows. But also downstairs is a living room, but that one's probably more of like a casual family living room, since there's a big TV. There's not so much of a good view. It's just got a couple of windows, and there's also like quick access to the bathroom and that all down there. So this is actually not really a super open plan living. The kitchen and dining are together, and then there's a corridor down that goes to the living room. The ground floor is basically split into 3. But anyway, we are finally finishing the house, and the overall color scheme of the house is basically what you can see right now. It's a lot of white, a lot of light brown. I just love these colors so much, and I really wanted to use one of the new tables, but they didn't really suit what I wanted, so I ended up using the one from Get Famous, and it looked pretty cool, and obviously the colors match completely. And then this is the family living room. So this has a couple of decorations, and I was going to try and use these shelves as a TV unit, but the shape wasn't really working for me, so I decided to just replace it with I think it's an accent table from Get to Work. Like, as you can see right now, it's kind of a bit crazy with all these cabinets. It's a little bit too much. I was taking inspiration from one of my previous modern houses, which I built which had this kind of cabinet system going on, but I don't think it really suited this house at all. So I ended up deleting it, and I replaced it with like a little nested table kind of thing using well, it's not really a nested table, it's an accent table with a ottoman down the bottom, or an ottoman underneath it, which makes it look like a secondary nest table. But at the start, I'm pretty sure like I did place like a sized down version of the accent table that make it look like a nested table, but it didn't really look as great as I thought it would, so I ended up changing that. And I have a really hard time picking like sofas for my modern builds. I don't know why, but I've had so much trouble. I just end up always going with the base game one because it's just simple. It's just pretty, like, it works for anything, to be honest, but like I don't really want to use it, but at the same time I didn't really like anything else. I have no idea why. Like, none of the colors were matching, and I was just having such a hard time, so I just had to fall back on the base game one, because honestly it doesn't look bad, but it doesn't look super great either, but I'm fine with it. And here we are just placing some plants down. As always, I do like kind of roughly go over each room, and then after like everything's essentially done, I do come around and like start cluttering the house a little bit more, because I just focus on the main pieces of furniture that actually function, and then after that's all done, I come around and put in a lot of clutter here and there and paintings and all that. But at the start, I do put a little bit of plants down just to like get an idea of like where I'll put things. And here we are in the ground level bathroom. I think this is the largest bathroom in the house, so I guess this could be like the main bathroom if you wanted, but there is another like public bathroom upstairs which doesn't have a bath, I believe, and then there's an ensuite as well. So I guess the people staying in the ensuite wouldn't need to use this bathroom, but the other two people living in, or the other people living in the 2 other bedrooms would probably have to either use this bathroom or maybe even the upstairs bathroom, and then the guests could use this bathroom. But anyway, this bathroom in particular has a really white color scheme, but the other 2 bathrooms do include some of the light brown to it. And as always, the bedrooms have their own little distinct color schemes, because as I always say, I don't really like having same duplicate carbon copy bedrooms in my houses, so there is a little bit of a color scheme difference for each of the bedrooms. Because honestly, unless this was a display home, all of the bedrooms would look quite different, since there are people living in them. They've got different personalities, different favorite colors and styles, so I did try and make it varied enough so that they look like at least someone's living in it. And As you can see, I just put a fish tank down because obviously if you catch some fish, you're gonna want to store them somewhere and maybe like keep them for later to make fish and chips or something. Depending on like if your sim is a child of the island or a child of this ocean, like they may or may not just keep it as pets or keep them to eat. I don't know. But anyway, we are in the upstairs living space now, and as you can see, it's a lot more open, obviously because of all the windows, and it's a lot more like I guess you could call this the formal living area, because obviously, well, it kind of doesn't really make sense because you probably want the formal living space easily accessible from the dining area, because if you have guests over, they can easily just walk across the room to go to the living area. But I feel like having it upstairs in this location is pretty vital, because you can make use of the amazing views, because honestly, I think Sulani has the most amazing views compared to any other world in the game. Like, sure, like Windenburg had pretty nice views, Brindleton Bay, the beach area had really nice views, but like that doesn't compare to Sulani one bit. Like, this is pretty much 100% beach tropical, whereas like the other two worlds are kind of like, they've got a little bit of a beach, but like not really like that much of a really nice looking beach. It's kind of just like a regular beach, but this is like full on amazing beach. But anyway, upstairs there's also a little study area with a bunch of bookshelves, because I had no idea what else to put there. I was considering putting like a keyboard down or something, but I felt like maybe not, because honestly though, like if you had views like this, I don't think you'd spend much time inside, and you'd probably be outside most of the time, like like sailing around on the canoes. Well, are they called canoes? I don't know. But you would be like jet skiing, sunbathing. Like honestly, every day in Sulani is a day to go outside, unless it's raining, which obviously don't go outside because your sim will just get struck by lightning. But anyway, I think we were just on the ensuite, and I just changed the windows a little bit as well, because obviously this is a bathroom. You kind of want your privacy, so there are those little ones with, I still have no idea what they're called, but I'm just going to call them blinds from now on, even though I know they're not blinds, but they've got little shade things on them, so you can't really see inside that easily. And I think now we're working on the main upstairs bathroom, which I think doesn't have a bath. Yes, it does not have a bath, but I don't think it matters too much. And for some reason, I only just realized while building this house that those like draped towels, as I thought they were actually robes. Like, I don't know why I didn't know that, but I thought they were just two towels like on hooks of different heights, but I've never read the description before, so I had no idea that they were actually a robe, which is kind of really crazy. I don't know why I didn't know that. But anyway, I think we're almost ready to, actually no, we haven't done the other two bedrooms yet. So the other two bedrooms, they're quite simple. Like, as I said, the color schemes are a little bit different. It did take quite a while to get like a nice color scheme going, because I didn't want to have like a color that contrasts a lot with the wooden tones that are already in the house. So I did decide to go with a slightly more lighter color scheme instead of like a really dark blue or something that I was thinking of doing, like the red color scheme that city living bed had. I was considering using it, but in the end I decided not to, since that was just too much. And I don't know why, but that ottoman, I really liked it, but I wish there was a color swatch that had the light brown base and like a white cushion, because I don't know why that had a black cushion, because it kind of like looks really strange if you ask me. But anyway, moving on to the next bedroom, or the last bedroom. I was gonna have a single bed, but I decided it's a little bit too big for a single bed if I wasn't gonna make it into a kid's bedroom, so I decided to make it into a regular bedroom with a double bed in it rather than two. I said two bed, no, with a double bed in it. So if you wanted to make a kid's bedroom, it should be quite simple, because it's a really big room, so you don't really have to squish anything in there. And like, there's enough room for desks, there's enough room for like all sorts of stuff. But honestly, if you live in Sulani, where do the kids go to school? I'm trying to think about like where, because like in this neighborhood we're in right now, there's not really any building that looks like a school, nor is there anything that looks like a school in the other two neighborhoods, especially the one where you go to where there's the volcano and the waterfall. Like, there is literally no buildings there except for the lots. So like, where would the kids go to school? Like, I'm genuinely curious. But anyway, it turns out that we actually hadn't done the master bedroom yet, so we are doing that now. And because of the way I decided to lay out the house, it turns out the master bedroom has the worst views, which I guess isn't the best, but honestly, it's the biggest bedroom and they've got a TV in it, so it kind of does make up for the lack of views, but they could potentially just walk up. I just say that because they can't really see outside from the bed. That's why it has the worst views, but if they did walk up to the window, I'm sure they'd have an amazing view all the same. But the other two bedrooms, you can see the ocean from the bed. Well, I guess if you could kind of see the ocean from the bed in this bedroom, but you won't have this amazing, like pretty much 180-degree view of the outside from this bedroom. But anyway, as you can tell, this has a really blue color scheme, and the other two bedrooms have a different color scheme. I'm pretty sure one of them just has a white and brown color scheme, but the other two have really different color schemes. I said color schemes so many times just then. I think we're moving on into the clutter now, so basically all I'm doing right now is placing a bunch of clutter here and there, because obviously the house is not complete with that clutter, so I'm putting a lot down, and I put a few windows on the second floor of this pillar thing as well, because it was kind of weird that to have like absolutely nothing, because it's kind of like not really used, it's not really there to support anything, so it's kind of like strange to like not have it part of the house itself, unlike the pillar that's holding the overhanging section up, because like that's actually like that's meant to be serving a purpose of holding the building up, so it would kind of make sense not to have it as usable space, because it will collapse otherwise. Not really, because it's The Sims, but in real life probably. But anyway, we are placing the paintings now, and honestly that's all that happens inside now. We're just placing clutter, placing paintings, and the outside area, the deck ends up getting an outdoor dining space with a little area to just lounge around in and relax. And then apart from that, there's also I put a canoe down, I put a jet ski down, and then on the shore I put 2 towels, and then I put the shade cloth, like basically just decoration and landscaping on the shore apart from the beach towels. Seeing as we're just decorating now, I think I'll just leave you guys off here. There will be screenshots at the very end of this video, so if you're interested in those, definitely stay tuned. If you'd like to find this in the gallery, it will be up as always under IllogicalSims. The house itself is called Modern Beach Home. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye guys!